pre-streamer. Chat says they can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Testing, testing. Mic check. Yay, audio. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Rando Day. We're kicking off the 7-year anniversary of the video game Hollow Knight by Team Cherry with a full day of rando content. So we have 6 really cool races and showcases for you today. But before we get started, I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who's been involved in putting this event on. Truly, like, we have a bunch of really, really great racers, comms, restreamers. We have people who've worked on all the layouts that you're gonna see. There are overlays that have been made to, like, make the viewing experience better, and of course, all of the rando devs and the Hollow Knight modding community, who, work on the Randomizer mod and all the connections that we get to enjoy, so just wanted to say a big thank you, and thank you for watching, and enjoy. So I'm gonna get comms in here, and then we'll get started with our first event, which is a randomizer lockout race. Here are your commentators.
Hello everyone. Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to Rando Day and the first showcase of the day, which is going to be a lockout match between Oko and Calypso. We are gonna be getting started shortly. Aggie is gonna start counting them down. Yeah, Aggie is here with me today. Hi, Aggie.
Hi, Aiden. This is going to be a very exciting lookout map.
Yeah. Also,
Very,
yeah, the
very
goals
many
are going to
random
be.
obtains.
Yeah, the goals will get unmarked in a second, and we will be going soon enough. So as there are probably a lot of people who are new here, so we should probably explain what Lockout is going to be. The 2 players are going to be playing on the exact same seed, so the locations of the items in their words will be the same. But apart from the board or seeing the boards together, they will be not having any interactions. And the goal is going to be marking as many goals as possible on the board, with the first person marking 13 winning. And the lockout part comes in because only one person can mark every goal. So this is going to make this into a very tense and very interesting format. As I have said, they will be rushing to do goals as soon as they can. They will be doing pretty interesting tactics to steal goals from each other. And with this goal being very random obtain heavy, then luck will also be a factor here. But yeah, with two runners who are as good as this is definitely going to be an intriguing match.
It's worth pointing out that specifically with lookout, each of our players can hide goals. So if one of the players, let's say for example, defeats Collector, they can hold off marking that goal as long as they want.
Yeah,
So that also comes into tactics.
yeah, but risk taking in this format is definitely an interesting, dangerous, but very intriguing option. And as far as I know, Calypso is definitely the kind of player who really likes doing this and these kind of tactics to try and disorient the other player. So hopefully we will be seeing as much of that as we can and commentate on them this race.
Okay, looks
And
like both of our runners are ready, so I'm going to count them down.
yep, we're going to go soon enough. So yeah, as I have said, both of these players are very experienced. They have been part of the community for a really long time. So definitely expect a very content filled, very skilled game here. It should be a really good showcase of this format and Rando in general, as this is going to be the first of a lot of matches this weekend. So as we get started in storerooms, get comfy and have fun watching the content, everyone.
They're often straight going to city storms while Calypso going for the simple key.
Yep. Storm is a pretty interesting start location, considering there are not that many things to do immediately. You can choose to go up for like slightly more checks than down. Most people tend to choose the up because there's more checks in a shorter amount of time. But what's like the thing about this start is that we are going to find a way out very quickly, which most likely going to be something like a stag or e-pass, but yeah, it will be fun to see. Looks like both of them heading up though, up first though, so no divergence so far. Swim is immediately currently useless, but will come in handy later a lot. Alright, so yeah, so one funny thing about Swim in this start is that it's going to immediately disable the option to shade skip in the fountain room to right side, but that's only a vertical thing anyway, so. And looks like there's a C dash at Dartmouth, but that should not really unlock anything immediately. So it looks like our progression is gonna be rafters. That will get us out of here.
Most likely rafters.
Yep. Also something to note about that simple key. You might think that, hey, this simple key is a way into waterways, which it is. However, not logically, because logically randomizer needs you to find 4 simple keys for waterways to be expected of you. So it will be something they could do, but yeah, we will see if they decide to do it. It could lead to something, but not what the next step in progression is going to be. Also, with this many simple kilo goals that this boss has, we will see if they decide to waste one immediately. But yeah, they are also going to be checking this Lamag, which is not in logic, but a simple damage boost will get them there. So we see with Calypso, it's nothing though. Yep, Calypso is coming up on rafters, which is this hollow nest still floating in the air. This, as far as we know, needs to give them something, and I'm betting on a stag, but we will see.
We shall see what stag it is. King Station Stag. So
That's not what I expected, but if anyone has been around in this community for a long time, seeing those recent items, the thing that immediately comes to your mind, not Kingdom's Edge map, that also exists, but the thing that immediately comes to your mind is based in Simple Claw, so let's see if we get the meme or not. Because yeah, both Sea Dash and Swim unlocked checks from King Station stack, so the progression could be either place. Or with a second simple K, maybe this is just gonna end up as a waterway seat, who knows? Alright. Yeah, 2 simple keys this early is interesting. Calypso, please don't get Great Fast Centured.
Marco finding King Station Stag, and he's gonna immediately head out.
Yeah, Calypso with a bit of a lead here, with a slightly faster early game. So if there's a random Octane hiding here in Basin, then they will be the first one to get it. We will see if Oko opts to do the Kingdom's Edge map play though. Yeah, Kingdom's Edge map is only one check, but it's in logic. But seems like Oko is going for left city or left out of Kings as well. Let's see these new checks. Howling rates. More things that don't open up anything immediately, but could be nice. Like if Cornifer is hiding a King's Brand or something. Nope. Not yet. Not yet.
Calypso already has King's Brand.
Wait. Oh, it was
And
also in
so,
city. Never mind, I missed that.
yeah,
Okay, in that case, it's just a bit streak progression, I guess. Is a very good option right now.
yeah.
Interesting
Based
seed
on simple
starting off with these.
or streak progression.
Yep, starting off with this location. There's also a green puff to get gorgeous husk. Interesting. That is, as far as I know, not in logic itemless from King
Yeah,
Station, but it will get
right now.
Oko out of city very quickly. And into a random opt-in ASAP.
Mhm.
Yep, good play from Oko here. Though, if they leave city this early, if there's a major progression in Hearing Basin, then they could be very late to it, depending on what's in Green Path. And yeah, looking at the board, someone mentioned, yeah, Lake of Fun is on the board, so that's gonna be another goal for Oko. Also goal for Calypso with Swim in a Void Pool. That is very nice convenience, finding Kingsband and Swim already for that goal. Usually a very late goal because you need both items for it. Nice for Calypso to remember. Oko's gonna get his own goal immediately as well. Looks like
And
Abyss is a temporary bait. Yeah, and Hornet is down. Little Blue Hornet is defeated Big Breath Hornet. Rewarded with useless piece of garbage, but a goal as well behind it, so that's not gonna complain.
Also
Nice.
easy access to Lake of Fun if required later.
Yep,
But
indeed. Third Simple Key in Logic. Alright. If Simple Key has... I don't think Calypso went to base in Simple Key yet, right?
no, not yet.
Yeah, but it would be very funny if that was a fourth Simple Key and then Waterways is just in Logic now.
That would be hilarious.
Like, we only need a dive and we can go to everyone's favorite boss. Like, please.
Mhm.
Yeah, I should... before we get to any more checks or any more game-breaking things, I should probably say what, like, Logic is, because I have been talking about Logic a lot, and there's probably new people who are like, what the fuck are you talking about? So the way Randomizer works is there's a very complicated system of logic or of basically descriptions for every single location of what you need to get to that location into the given difficulty setting you find. So basically when we say an item is in logic or out of logic, what it means is the randomizer, if it's in logic, the randomizer expects you to be able to go there with the current items you have, and it also means that the next piece of important progression could be there. So so yeah, basically keeping track of logic early in a randomizer when you are trying to find the new progression, you know, the claw, the wings, the dash, can be very interesting. We will talk about what Calypso find a sentence later. So basically, one of the interesting parts of Rando is trying to balance the in logic with the out of logic to find progression, but try to find other items as well. It's very interesting, and I think I don't know if anyone has put that in chat yet, but I think I should be allowed to say that if we could link small homeopathy organization, that would be nice for the newer people, because if you like Rando and if you watch this weekend and get an urge to play this game, try out Rando, then you can find every resource on that page. Big thanks to everyone who made that page, because it's amazing. Alright, you should probably get back to that E-Pass. That was most likely in logic with a 4 simple key somewhere, which could be based in simple key, because that's like the only thing we didn't check. So that E-Pass that Calypso found, it's gonna get him out, or gonna get them out of city into Crossroads. And the funny thing about this is that both players now have access to basically the three main left side areas, being Crossroads, Green Path, and Fungal. But Oko is found it completely out of logic. Calypso has found it most likely in logic, but they are going to end up in the same place, which is the beautiful beauties of Rando. Yeah, so looking at the board, I don't think there's any goal that is immediately guaranteed to be accessible by either players. So what we're going to see now is both players are going to try and do as many checks possible as soon as possible so they can find something else before the other player. With Calypso being in Crossroads and having access to shops, that's gonna be a lot of items they can preview. As a PLR as well as Salubra, which is gonna be a part of a goal later. I don't think much else there was too useful, but
there was a charm. That's about it.
yeah, if we miss something, feel free to remind us, by the way. Yeah, Oko coming across these random charms, none of them so far, apart from that very early hybrid, is a goal yet. Yeah, Calypso is going to go through Force Knight, which I think if you are in that position trying to find something and clearing Crossroads as soon as possible, going to Dartmouth towards Force Knight is not a bad place, gets you a lot of items quickly. Meanwhile, for Oko, it's gonna be a bit less dense in climbing Fungal. They're going to be the first to leg Eater though, which is definitely a nice option for them. So yeah, basically we are gonna be waiting to see where the next piece of progression is, because basically the entirety of Crossroads, Fungal, and Green Path is an option.
Progression could be very much anywhere. The major progression could have been at the base in Simple Claw.
It could have been, but I'm still in the belief of that is a R4 simple key. I want to know, but I want to believe.
I want to believe in that. I want to believe in the dream.
Yep. Yeah, because like if that's true, that's one of the earliest like 4 simple key logics I have seen since the 4 simple key logic was created. Yeah, the sad thing, I don't see any broken vessels on the board, so yeah, I guess 2 trim bosses exist. Maybe we get with that. People like doing Lost Game for 2 trim bosses. I hope. Yeah, so if this seed ends up very good or absolutely atrocious, you can blame me because I rolled it.
If it's atrocious, it means we get more content.
Leg Eater is filled with money and a very nice Shaman
for
Stone.
one.
Shaman for 1 is beautiful.
Love
And
to see it.
Yep, and the sad thing for Calypso is they don't have a gate there yet, so unless they find movement or infection, that Oko will have a bit of an advantage on Shaman, which means like nothing for now because they don't have any spells, but will be nice. Everyone loves the one-notch Shaman Stone.
Anything better is a 0-notch Shaman Stone?
Yep. I guess Calypso has rates, yes, that's right. But they are the one without the Shaman, so typical. Is it allowed to use Nailers to do lever skips? Yes, it is allowed. People long ago decided that lever skips are a fine thing to do, along with a few other things like inventory drops. There's a very specific set of levers that can be lever skip, not all of them, but these players are going to know where they can take advantage of that, and they will definitely will if they can. People can argue that, like, is it a good idea to allow lever skips or not, but people long ago agreed that lever skips are a thing, so they are a thing. And everyone uses them. Yes, and yeah, and thanks, Jamie. So basically, lever skips are never expected of the game because never expected by Randomizer because they are not a thing in the current version of the game. They have been patched out. So lever skips are actually added back by a mod called Quality of Life. So they are basically a thing that you can do if you want, but they are never expected by the Randomizer algorithm. That doesn't mean we won't see it, this seed. Is it the first time of the day and the first time of the event to say Deras Homophety? Because that was a Quill at Zelda.
Your Samotity. But it's at Zelda because then everybody will buy it.
Hopefully not, because that would be a dumb decision.
And there is I'll have to do that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing at... There was nothing at Slider. There's a Dream Nardo for Calypso, which will be useful later on, not immediately though. We also get an egg shop check.
Dream Gate and
And Grim
Grim
Child.
Child at
And was that
10x.
shop key at 1?
You will find out in a
It was a
second.
shop
Yes.
key at 1. This is a very stacked GG, which is, I guess, is not a surprise with 4 simple key logic. And the shop key leads to a whole bunch of nothing. Bit of a bait there. But the Ismas still could be relevant later on, along with the Grimchild.
There is a singular egg,
Yep.
which may or may not be important.
Yep. Yeah, GG's egg shop is one of the things that the Rando community made up to make the game even more fun. That's not in the vanilla game. There are some stuff like this that people are used to playing with now, and GG's egg shop is one of them, which is basically just any other shop, but you need to have red stacks to buy the items. It's a fun little addition. Yep. Still no major progression that they actually can get yet, which is definitely interesting. Calypso is going to head to Molak. Meanwhile, Oko is tracing his opponent's steps to Dirtmouth.
Bapanada.
Yeah, also a lot of charms in the shops, but none of them has a Kova. We haven't seen Sprint Master, Dash Master yet, for example, which is on waiting on the board for them. And alright, it's done. Rule number 1 of Whole Night Streaming: don't talk during the boss fight, because if you talk, the player will die. But we didn't, so Calypso is living.
Parker finding the shopkeeper's key.
Yep, time for them to see the beautiful stock hidden behind it.
Very nice double
Right,
spike
so
from Calypso then.
So what else is left? If we want to get into pretty cursed territories, the first thing that came to my mind is Boulder Shell with the Sea Dash and the Grubber Fries elegy.
And
Oh,
Calypso
Calypso is doing the thing. Let's go.
Simple. Let's go base and simple homophety.
Yep. Let's see. Alright. Please be a simple key. Make this interesting.
Make our dreams come true.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's freaking go.
All right. You can say the rest of it now.
Dearest Muffy.
Beautiful.
That is.
All right. So, yep. Yeah, and so I think Rubber Fry's allergy was in left side waterways, wasn't it? And if that's actually the only boiler clear so far, then I'm looking forward to this. So Calypso, please don't do C-dash boiler kill. Please do C-dash boiler kill, it's content. Thank you, Calypso. Yeah, so another interesting subset of the randomizer is there are way more ways to actually kill one of the Elder Boilers, and this one is one of the most cursed, dumb, and weird that exists, but it exists, and thanks you, Calypso, to actually showcasing it. Yeah. Before you getting scared, the randomizer does not expect you to do this.
That's one of the things that's what I can recall never in logic.
Yep. Yeah, Calypso killed the Baldur with C-dash in a very interesting way. Which, yeah, kind of a myth that's actually real and was showcased, so we are very glad. It's definitely one of the most content ways to kill a boulder, and there are a lot of those. All right, so Calypso's gonna trace through Green Path, an area that Oko mostly has done so far. There's also a goal for Oko with 2 PLR, which is gonna be very nice for them. I'm not sure where the first one was. It could have been the one from Salubra. They could have found it somewhere. Doesn't matter. They got a goal out of it. So yeah. PLR hunting is officially over for this seed. A thing that haunted the All Majors tournament.
Yeah. 22 of the, I think, 20 now for.
Yep. Yeah, so in terms of checks in Green Path, Bardoshal is definitely was not done, and I'm not sure about MMC, but I feel like MMC was not done either. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, I feel that MMC definitely wasn't done.
Yeah, because from Oku's perspective, it made sense for them to just get started from the Green Path and rush towards Crossroads. So yeah, MMC could be there as well. Pleasure House also currently out of logic because it's not in logic to get here from King Station with no skips required, but gonna be checks, and it's going to be a setup for actually 2 different goals on this board because both the 4 Hot Springs and Pleasure House and Millibell require Pleasure House access. So even if Oko doesn't get anything out of this immediately, this will be a really good setup for later goals. Also, if Oko only got one of the Pleasure House checks, then please go back for the other one. Because there's only one of them in his tracker. Yeah, so Pleasure House is not in logic from King Station itemless due to first of all, from the King Stag itself, you can't get to the top platform without an enemy boost. And from the big room, you need dash to climb the floating platforms. It's something you would think is reachable, but it's not yet. Though basically any movement would put that in logic. Or if they found a way to the other elevator in the resting grounds, that would also put it in logic. And yeah, I think Oko skipped one of the pleasure house checks, which I assume is the Pogithorax egg. So hopefully that's nothing, because skipping checks and finding out it was useful is not the most fun part of Rando. Also pet the MMC. Nothing there, unfortunately. Well, if Calypso does C-Dash Border Shell, then that will be a very high level of impress from me. Because I don't see a reason why it wouldn't be possible if the other is, but it seems like a next level of hell. Looks like Calypso's gonna do Hornet first though. I respect it, you always gotta believe in the vanilla dash, even if it's not true in this case. And also MMC being not relevant yet. That Fragile Heart could hold an item because Divine's breakables are actually randomized, but since Grimchild is at 10 runs a deck, it's not gonna come into play for a bit. Yeah, this seed definitely does not give Vertical for free, which I think is something everyone likes, except for the runners.
Vertical is fine, and Visage Claw.
Fair enough. Everyone loves a good dive or E-pass for vertical, right? Those are vertical. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like more and more that this Border Shell that I talked about might just come to fruition. Because the runners are doing a very good job of clearing up every check they can. Another thing that I think is in logic due to C-Dash and Baldur Killers existing is right side of Fungal Waste, which is a place no one likes to go to, including myself, so that's another
Everyone
option.
knows right
But
side Fungal doesn't exist.
yeah, that's another option, but if the runners leave it last, I won't blame them. It's just a very long walk for a very few amount of checks. I think the settings they are playing with would be 2 checks right now.
Ooh.
Right, let's see where Oko decides to go. Okay, is this the right side fungal play? Looks like it. Let's see what this place holds. Yeah, another thing we didn't mention is that Oko marked yet another Goa. Spent 4000 Geo, which is one of the... I think it's not a particularly easy Goa because you need to keep track of a lot, and getting this much money early is not particularly easy, but Oko has made it work, so... they now have another goal at the cost of having no money right now, so hopefully they don't find something that costs a lot. But yeah, Oko is doing a really good job at rushing the goals they can so far. Even though Calypso was the first one to shops, Oko actually got 2 shop-related goals with PLRs and geo spending, so really good job for them. And that's also... is that 7 rancid eggs already? We are getting closer to the Dismas and that Grimchild. Yeah, so the first person to 13 goals wins this format, and yeah, 1 goal can only be marked by a single person. And Doku might have a lead right now, but Lockout is famously a format that can have a lot of turnarounds and surprise comebacks.
when you have this many random obtains as well,
Oh yeah, for
even
sure.
more volatile.
Yep, the random obtain lottery is nothing to be underestimated. Zero not shape of fun. That's something you are happy about, but you don't actually care. Sadly, it's not a goal. I remember Oko having trouble with this Spork's relic. I'm not sure if they actually got it or not. Maybe we'll probably find it out now. If Calypso gets... Okay, they got it with a damage boost. Yeah, this track is notorious of being able to troll everyone in a regular basis. And yeah, since right side fungal proves once again useless, Oko is headed to base in.
Defending, yes.
Yep. Did Calypso skip that
Nah, Calypso
check?
skipped that check.
Interesting. Okay, that's a more tame. Actually, I don't think that's in logic itemless, never mind. I wanted
It's
to say
not.
that's a more tame
You need at
other
least
kill.
dash.
Yeah, but it's not actually in logic. So LG still remains the, may I say, 4 simple keylogged LG still remains our only boulder killer in logic. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate for Com because that waterways or broken bridge relic is not something you really go back for. They could go back for if they end up going to Isma's Grove, but even then it's not nothing. It's not a guarantee. So Oko could be missing, or Calypso could be missing that for a while. And yeah, Oko's coming up on the basin checks. The only valuable thing here was the simple key. So if they pick that up and then immediately head to waterways, and then immediately go to border shell, if that's actually where the progression is, then they could be very close to each other. They are basically doing a really good job cleaning the exact same areas, just in a different order.
Oko not having enough money for base and tool bench must feel pretty bad.
Yeah. It's... Oh, yeah, it's extra bad because now they need to come back from King Station to check the simple
Yes.
key. Unfortunate. Yeah, Calypso went back for the base in simple key, and it was actually a base in simple key. Oh, Elegy was here, never mind. In that case, it's not actually 4 keys locked. I was misguided.
It was still locked by a key. We're thinking progression is currently locked behind Boulder Shell.
Yeah, we are thinking of Border Shell, and please be dive at Border Shell. I'm begging myself for the
Please.
speed to be dive at Border Shell so we can do Flukman. Oko checked the 2 reachable checks in right side fungal and it was not claw.
Another
Flukman
thing
would
that would be funny is the 10 egg progression.
Yeah. Flukman would need Shriek. Shriek can just be at water with bench, like that's good enough. I believe, please. And then we find out that Claw was at Myla Totem that they both skipped. I don't actually know if they checked it or not, but it would be funny. I can't really imagine that both of them skipped it though. Yeah, Cyclone was at Myla Totem, thank you. 8x for Oko.
And 8
And
egg.
is it already 10 for
Oops, sorry.
Calypso? Is this enough for
8
the
eggs.
Isma and the Grimchild?
Yep, that's
It is, alright.
yeah.
So Grim himself is not in logic without dash, as far as I know, but these two fragile chumps can be checked by Calypso and could hold some.
And the child itself
Very-
can be checked.
Yep. Oh no.
Oh, no.
This
Uh,
exactly is why I have a burning hatred for this creature. The only thing this creature can do is scam you. Nothing else. And that's what exactly is doing. And when this happens, Fragile Grid is going to have a Hollowness Seal. You already know that.
it's how it goes.
Yeah, talking about the 4K Geospend in chat. Ogo having like no money is a bit problematic. I don't know if he has relics or not. Even if he does, he will need to go back to Lamb.
EV tag agreed.
Alright. Just to be happy, Divine is still 4 key logged, so we can be
yeah.
happy. 4 keys and 10 eggs. And the DV stack is intriguing because it is not 3 checks in logic in Distant Village. And Oko is going to follow through with the Grimchat purchase immediately.
So dive at beast.
I rolled the
and
seed.
yeah.
Finish that, sorry.
So dive at beast then.
Could
Because
be.
DD stag at greed.
Yeah. Alright, where is Oko going to go? I guess autopilot was not checked.
Yeah.
Probably.
There's...
Yeah, they are very sure. Oko's very short on money, which is unfortunate. Let's see DV. What do you feel? Oh, QG is a Guavala. That's a very... once again, Oko is absolutely on his top form on noticing goals and immediately doing them. High dash in
let's go.
Distant Village. And
Dash
also
at
midwife is a
DD
goal.
totem.
So I guess they have traded the Fiend's Gardens and the midwife goal. Both of them in practice locked behind the 10x immediately. I guess it's since they got the 10x items very close to each other, it's no surprise that they also get these
That
goals.
DD stag. That DD stag is massive. For Calypso.
Yeah, it's massive, most likely because Oko is going to do right side Volcanion first with these mods.
Not only that, Calypso's found Dash.
Yep, and more distractions for Oko, which is kind of unfortunate because he should be just going to Lamb right now to buy that DV stag, even though he doesn't know that.
Well, working out already.
Oko has 3 Dream Nails on his recent items. That's something. Yeah. Also, Queen's Garden stack has a nice parity with Dash because Dash plus Queen's Garden stack actually unlocks items, so it could be interesting if this is what the next thing is going to be. With Dash, you can go left from Queen's Garden stack to do 1 measly check in logic. But seems like the seed wants us to have QG stack and Dash right after each other, and who knows. Okay, this was just a bait. But this Dash is still holds checks for them to do. For example, Swim plus Ismas plus Dash, the combos these 3 items actually unlocks checks in Kingdom's Edge. For example, or Thorns of Agony is also in logic, or Love Key, or Upper Deepness Map. Or is
Grim?
Is Grim... Oko's going to for Grim
on...
because Bramfilm is a goal and they have DV stag. It's once again for a goal for Oko. It's gonna take a long time to kill Grim with base spells, but it's going to give them a goal and 1 check which
Oko doesn't have DD stag. He doesn't have the money for it.
He doesn't, but he can probably just get it after, I guess.
Yeah.
Still, like, not a bad play trying to prepare Bram's Flame, considering you at least have access to DB stack.
Yeah.
And you know, you can always come across a Watcher Knight's Geo chest. And not talking about the fact that game himself could also have your progression. Yeah, Oku has 5 grubs, that's also not gonna give them a lot of money. It looks like Calypso is doing the Kingdom's Edge play. This is currently, I think, only the totem with easy logic settings,
Yeah.
but it's in logic,
I
so...
believe so.
Okay, not it.
Yeah.
Will Calypso try or a vertical-less cam bench? Because that is a thing that's possible if you are good friends with these aspids. Looks like Calypso is definitely going for it. Yeah, and one thing Calypso is notorious for is doing early Hornet 2. Even though I feel like here it would be a big waste of time, because Hornet 2 is not a goal anymore with cast of shot taken off the board. And it's only one check that's not in logic, it's gonna take a long time. But it's content, so who am I to complain?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This makes sense.
Alright, so if you are lucky
Fine,
enough,
Trevor.
the speed will go up, and you can pogo that spike and then the speed. You can make it the transition. It's moderately luck dependent, also depends on the speed's mood, but Calypso gets it. Beautiful.
Trevor?
Rewarded with nothing. Yet. But this bench is very good for later, so we not only get a bench, but also a really, really good skip from Calypso, who's the top of their game with skip seed, which is exactly what we want from Showcase, so I hope everyone's enjoying. Vanilla Claw. You know, this is also something that's unlocked with Dash, so getting brought by Mantis Pogo, every any percent runner's nightmare. Which, yeah, if you stick around tomorrow and day after, then there's probably going to be a lot of speedruns that do Mantis Pogo. So it's certainly something that can ruin you, and it's a Dreamer. Which is a Goa, so Calypso is gonna be happy about that. Not immediately checks, because Dreamer or infection-based checks are not in easy logic. They require the other settings, but it's a goal and it's a build-up for a potential Black Egg Temple.
And Urker has finished reading Group Room.
Yeah, Group Master Trim is down.
Group Master Trim.
And yeah, we are getting Border Shell, which I'm very happy about. And we are also getting Grim.
And nothing. Well, not exactly nothing, but money for Urker, who very much needs it at this point.
Still no money. Though if he takes... Oh, he didn't even buy Greed yet. Okay, this is a bit more... Okay, this Grim Kill was a bit more questionable then. I mean, it's still prep for Bram's Flame, but yeah. NMG! Except Calypso doesn't have the Cyclone from Mila Totem, so it's not NMG yet, but NMG is in logic, so we can celebrate. Alright, forget Baldur Shell dive, I want NMG dive. Yeah, I will be interesting when Calypso goes back to Mila Totem, because it could take a while. It's a very one-off check if you don't have dive. Dash was in Distant Village Totem, and Distant Village is at Unbreakable Greed, with Fragile Greed at Unbreakable Heart, I think.
Yeah.
Another beautiful piece of logic.
And so now Urker is about to finally get
Okay, it's gonna...
CD sag and then dash. Hopefully.
Yeah. So basically this seed was a literal key smash I did 2 minutes before we started. So I'm happy it turned out interesting. Yeah, Alco has enough money now, even though this will still burn his savings a bit, but at least he will get his dash and his score with the Brahm's Flame, which will take them to 6-3, which is a nice advantage. Alright, let's see if Calypso checks the egg.
I think they'll do that on the way down after getting bench and
Hopefully. Yeah. Pogitorax's treasure could hide anything. Yeah, as chat is saying, a situation where a person is leading on goals and the other person is slightly ahead on progression could lead to a really interesting outcome. I guess it's not surprising because Oko was hard focusing a lot of goals, while Calypso was a bit more focused on progression. You know, both of those are a playstyle you can do in a format like this. We will see which one turns out a bit better. With this many random obtains, I definitely can't blame Calypso for focusing on tracks. But I also can't blame Oko for focusing on goals, because that's kind of Lockout is about, so... Yeah. I'm really happy we are getting a race where these runners can show off really well. Calypso actually went back for this, which makes sense, because they are probably running low on checks. Hopefully they don't last location Mila Totem.
it's looking pretty possible at this point.
Alright, more content from Calypso. Climbing this room without vertical is no easy feat.
Yeah.
But he's just does it.
Having this
They
room
just
with
do it like it.
vertical is a time.
They just do it like it's boinking through King's Pass. Like that's what Calypso is. Just casually doing skips without batting an eye. Yeah, if you try to do that moss fly pogo yourself, you can hit your face into the wall for 20 minutes before the moss fly is in a good position. It's not an easy skip at all. Calypso just does it.
Yeah, those moss fly just they just do what they want.
Trampas.
Very good find.
More things that were put into logic with the dash. More specifically, the dash and Isma combo is required to put that Rancid egg in logic. And what the Trampas is going to do for us in logic is, first of all, I don't think we had access to resting rounds yet, so it's gonna give us resting rounds. And it's also going to give us one check in Deep Nest. There's so many fun things clock progression can be at, so I'm intrigued by this seed. Though I kind of want it to be an NMG. Or at least I want something to be at an NMG.
Okay, skipping it over to Aurora.
Yep.
See
More
what's there.
fun content. Nothing here. He will be able to do one more check. And since I don't see Oro Scarecrow on the board, then that's gonna be all here for now.
And Nailsmith's time-honored tradition of offering soul refills.
Yep. Yeah, chat is bringing up 4 hot springs. I'm pretty sure that the very last jump before Colo from the King's idol room to the outside Colo room is hard vertical locked. I don't know of a shade skip there. It's probably not a thing. So yeah, that you can do 3 hot springs, but not 4. Yeah, Calypso headed towards the upper deepness map, which is another notorious Isma plus dash combo logic that can happen. Clearly they have enough money to pay this measly 30 HU if they need to. I swear to God, if this ends up building towards a bloody stag nest. We have like 5 stacks already, don't we?
Yeah, we've got a lot already.
Please.
Vanilla stag nest progression would be something.
Alright, this. Okay, resting around some Calypso. Calypso knows that resting around is in logic from Trampas, but getting here from the city side is actually gonna give a bit more things to do. So I like this play. Even though this one check is just a sorry fill. And resting rounds is definitely Calypso's densest place to do, so I like this play. So yeah, if this seed makes the schedule like get delayed a bit because this run gonna take a long time, then we apologize. But this seed is certainly making the runners work. Bishrik, who was asking for this to kill Fulukman? Right, Monomon, Defender's Crest, White Fragment. Okay, Monomon at 500 essence. I don't think that's reachable for them yet, but it could be with a lantern or a shade cloak. Also, all for Dreamnails, and you know, Dreamnail resting ground's a meme that doesn't die. Talking about shade cloak, alright, so dragging this seed on. Shade cloak. What does shade cloak do? Markov, which will most likely put the Monomon in logic, which is not relevant yet until we have Herald, but it's something to think about. And it's also gonna give us everyone's favorite Sharp Shadow. So yeah, Calypso's heading down here again. I wonder what this is for. Oh, Tram. Sharp Shadow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sharp Shadow. Yeah, they can't climb from the bench, so to go from King Station, which is a bit long, but you gotta do it if it's progression.
Yeah. And if I really wanted to do more content, vertical is lower edge.
Yes. That's something that's fun as well. And Opus headed to resting rounds, which means they won't be too late for the Shade Cloak, and if the Shade Cloak is progression, then they shouldn't be a too big of a snowball. So yeah, King's Mod is on the board, and we have 4 Dream Nails, but no way to Hidden Stag. And it will be very funny because either vertical is going to be enough to do a Shade Skip to Hidden Stag, and that Shade Skip is very fun, so I will be curious if they go for it or not. Because vertical is gonna happen sooner or later. Though if you are going with the stag idea, then maybe not yet. Alright, let's see what Sharp Shadow is hiding. Just a bait.
Just a measly soul totem.
That's the bait. So this Trampa storyline so far is not what we wanted. Calypso is going to... Is this the Pogo? No, it's just Marmo. I guess the Defender's Crest is maybe what they are after, which is at was like
Maybe.
200 essence it's here.
Progression at top egg, maybe.
Yep. Alright, is Calypso... Okay, Calypso's not going for a comeback here, like... Slight disappointment, but I can't say anything after what they done this seed. It's already beyond what's... beyond in skip amazingness, so... No complaints there. Yeah, decrest at 200 something, so that could be relevant. And also Lufky is there, which... Oh, Lufky is actually big. That's why Connor is
Yeah.
doing distance. I just realized Lufky is actually a Goa. I thought it was only Collector a Goa, but Lufky is also a Goa. So Calypso is hunting essence for that Lufky. Want to snipe that goal as soon as possible. And I guess if they kill like one more warrior, like Zero or Who, that will also give them the monument for later. Yeah, we do have a Dream Nail in Archie. Like, did you see a seed where there was no Dream Nail in Archie? Like, come on.
If they do end up doing another dream, it'll probably end up being...
Alright, that's the Lufky
Zero.
for picks, huh? Yep. Yeah. Elegant Key is also there and is also relevant for the two Soul Warriors later. Which, like, 900 essence is definitely not the most fun thing to do, but with 2 Dream Bosses on the board, it's not actually that bad.
With the Dream Warriors, not Dream Warriors, so Warriors goal, they could, either player could do Colo 3 for it if they really wanted.
It's true, but I think with Dream Bosses on the board, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the same person snipe those 2 goals together pretty much.
Absolutely.
Well, after we have vertical, it could be one of the first thing they do, considering most of this board is just random obtain. Oko starting the edge hunt. Meanwhile, Calypso is going to go to Tuck. Is this in... Can you make that jump? I assume you can without Horn Pogo. Should be in logic, I think.
You think it's in logic? Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it is, alright. Alright, so Tuck Egg is gonna be... Oh, okay. Well, that's 2 goals for Calypso. That's 2 goals for Calypso, which is gonna make them immediately come into the lead with it. It's Hidden Station Stack and Killer King's Mold. And Lantern, which
And
is more
Lantern,
progression.
yeah, Tuck Egg's
So,
progression happens.
it was a 4-1 lead for Oko a few minutes ago, and it's gonna be Calypso's lead now. White Palace doesn't have any checks without items, but Killer King's Mod is a Goa, and since they already have the Awoken Dream now, it's pretty free one in that. Yeah, this is a pretty nice coincidence. 3 Dream Nails and Hidden Stag already. And we are getting closer to that also feared Stag Nest. Soul Totem outside Seamount, yes. Also Stone Sank. I think that's like it. We don't have access to Joni, and no vertical does nothing for us in Dark Deep Nest.
Maybe you'll see the patented vertical seamount.
It's Calypso. They are the vertical Seamount guy, so who knows? Wouldn't be surprised. If vertical is actually at Stone Sand Marsha, this is the biggest bait of a seed. It will be funny. I mean, considering none of them actually have it, then it will still be content, so. No Calypso, still missing Cyclone. That NMG is waiting. Even though with how we are progressing, that NMG just gonna be Dartmouth Stag. You know how it's be. One more stag. Look behind lantern. What the fuck am I commentating? Someone help. What is this seed?
It's certainly one of the seeds of all time. And the perfect seed to start with HK7Y. And
Right.
the King Saddle.
Also, no vertical SC mount because that would need a certain dive. Sadly.
Yeah.
Which is, you
It's
know,
not
just normal that the time we realize that this when Calypso gets there, like, you know, casual random things. Stone
and
Sank.
Sculptor going to Stone Sank.
I don't think we're gonna need to see a Noise skill yet. It's not enough for the 900 essence yet, I think. And also, Kills2 Soul Warriors is practically a hard vertical locked goal. You can get to the first one with a Shade Skip, but not the second one. Okay, it's not here, so... NMG, yeah, it's just gotta be.
Okay, has American. Does it have all 3 dreamers?
Oko got all 3 Dream Nails on the screen at once at one point, so they
And
definitely
then,
do.
and not Dreamers.
Oh, Dreamers. Not Hera. And I don't think we have seen the dupe.
Okay.
Alright, we are getting a no ice fight. There was a King Soul at Seer, but they also already have that. I guess doing this as a preparing for the elegant key and using it as time to think what to actually do.
Yeah.
Oko is going to Border Shell. That's where Grey Slash is.
And then let's hope we see an NMG from that.
Yup, and if Calypso goes to Myla immediately after this, we could see them get to NMG at the same time, like nearly the same time. That would be content. That would be very funny.
Amazing content.
Alright, that's 600 for Calypso. Yeah, that's very far from the thing yet. But it's a step close. Alright, Oko, let's go into the basement. Alright. Seed didn't have enough. Now it's time to go to Birthplace. Because of course, this seed wouldn't be complete without Arcane Egg Birthplace. And since Oko doesn't have Tram Bench, it's another trip from King Station. Number 74 in this seed, it feels like.
Yeah. Definitely feels like there's been so many trips to basement
This
through King
literally can't be
Station.
bait. This can't be bait anymore.
If this is bait, I'm going to be so sad.
And Calypso's going for Myla, so meet up in Birthplace incoming.
Yeah.
Grimkin Nightmare in bait team.
Urker, please don't.
Alright, so
here.
if you are new to this the Hollow Knight randomizer scene, I hope you are having fun with this level of chaos. This is more content than I think we expected.
I mean, yeah.
Grimkin nightmares attack when you least expect them.
Oh my god. They're going to and our clips are going to be at birthplace egg first. Mhm.
Alright. Magic words. This is going to be Dartmouth Stag. It's what?
And bait.
Excuse me.
What?
Excuse me.
Excuse me, Seed. You're being so incredibly rude right now. You were supposed to be something good.
Beastden, I guess. If it's just in
Yeah.
Beastden, like come on.
I'm going to be so upset if it's like if it's vertical at least 10.
The climb needs vertical.
Yeah.
Alright, in this case, it's gonna be one of the verticals at White Heart though. At least to compensate.
Mhm.
Shade Cloak needs a shade skip. The start of the lighthouse room on the left has a wall that's too high. You need to shade skip it. But you can technically get to shade cloak and shade cloak egg. If there's a pogo, then that's good to know. But I still don't expect it to be in logic.
Error at least 10. Okay, that's okay. Maybe
Alright,
maybe,
so there are two great checks in the game that are unlocked by free items. If one of them didn't have anything, the other one will.
yippee. I'm so ready for this to be more bait.
And both of them
Wow.
already farmed the essence for Monomos, so at least that's something. It was unfortunate for Oko for lagging a bit behind, but throwing up
Yeah,
freezing night at the doors of Black Egg.
they'll never be bait at Black Egg Smile. Cool.
Alright,
Black Egg.
I'm gonna take this ending. It was a very fun time. Ending of the vertical hunt, not the ending of the seed, because we still have a lot of random things to go. And Calypso is gonna take this immediately into goal hunting. I don't know what the chance was of me rolling this seed with a random key smash on the keyboard, but I'm very glad I did, because this is what a 7-year anniversary deserves. It's this kind of content. Black Egg Temple Claw, everyone's favorite. Oh yeah, so Bretta immediately a goal. And Calypso can do check free spell locations, considering they already did 2 with VS and Freak. I think they are headed to raids right now. After this, will be able to do Pale Lurker, they can do CP grubs, they can do 4 Hot Springs, they can do Millibell, they can do Collector, and coming to a quick conclusion that they can do every goal except for Extra Vessel, Radiant Boss, and Sprint Master. Also no CP grabs this live, but they can do a lot of goals. And they are gonna be in a very big hunt mode, while Oko unfortunately gets distracted by Trampas. And yeah, Oko not doing that one base then check is a bit rough, because they are getting distracted by Deep Nest. I don't think they have done the Love Key area either, so it's gonna be a bit late for them to get Claw from now on. And Calypso needs 6 goals to win. And I think they can actually do 6 goals right now without needing any more random obtains.
I believe so as well.
So hopefully Okos gets this claw very quickly and manages to snipe some of them, because Calypso is going to be on a hunt. Headed to Lost Kin, I assume. I assume for the duo of two Dream Bosses into Soul Warriors with the Ikiats here, which is a really good play, even though I guess they have Shriek, and I definitely trust Calypso with the Shriek stats on last skins, but this shouldn't take too long.
Very common.
Yep. So yeah, now that they have vertical, this is gonna be a goal hunt from now on. It was a very fun and very long vertical hunt, and we are going to go into a very fast-paced goal hunt. Yeah. There can be a lot of different lookouts. This is the kind of lockout where we are having fun with the progression, but seeds that have this long progression can easily lead to late game snowballs, unfortunately, because like when you have a really complicated progression chain, there's a chance that one of the players just end up finding the progression faster, and then when it happens, you get things like this where one person gets very ahead. But it's just the beauty of this format. It can have a lot of... There can be a lot of ways it can go, so... Yeah, Lofky is at... was at Syria. They have it already.
Okay, please go to Beast 10. Please.
Yeah, I think this is going to be Lofky, sadly. Which is... not a bad thing to do from their perspective. Clock could just be there, but unfortunately it's not.
And what can play? As expected.
Yep, time for Lost Kin, and then after this, I assume Calypso is going to do Soul Warriors because that's quicker. And since he's going to be, or since they are going to be in Sanctum, I wouldn't be surprised with the Tyrant play either. Tyrant is
makes a lot of sense.
Tyrant is a healthy boss, but a Shriek Shaman is gonna take him down very quickly. And also Sanctum is filled to the brim with checks, which could give them a dive, a soul vessel, Print Master. Post to Felt Jump, which is the quicker choice to finish this goal, but has no items. We will see what Calypso decides. They have a pretty good lead now, so... Yeah, they have a good lead, but they don't know how close off is to Claw, so they definitely can't slack off, but they have choices. And one of the hardest things in Lockout is to actually decide which course do you wanna rush if you have multiple options. Because you don't know which one your opponent is rushing. Iki is at 900 essence, by the way. Calypso showing off a way to get out of the Lost King fight slightly quicker. Saves a few seconds if you die in the right spot or at the right time. A lockout is content when a person gets 1000 essence. Not a thing that happens often.
And there's that Iki.
Yep, and yeah, gonna go for the Soul Warriors first. Makes sense. Yeah, so that will be the 10th goal, I think.
That will be the first.
Yeah, Dream Bosses will be the 11th. And then Calypso we have the choice of doing Collector or Millibell or Hot Springs, basically, or even Pale Lurker is not slow. So yeah, Oko is going to get the Claw. If Oko immediately rushes the Hot Springs and Lurker, then we could still have a race. We just need... Oko needs to rush basically Pale Lurker or the Hot Springs. If he decides to do Dream Bosses, then it's gonna be a bit of an issue. Though I think if Calypso marks the Soul Warriors Oko will know that Dream Boss is not the play. At least I hope. There's the Hera at home and gonna be headed to Black Egg immediately.
Yeah, something that Calypso might do is mark the 2 Soul Warriors goal and immediately go for Hot Springs and Pale Local.
Yeah, that's actually a very smart play, yes. Yeah, that could be a really good play of cutting in front of Oko. Because with this marked, Oko is not gonna go for Dream Bosses, I'm 99% sure. So yeah, let's see what Calypso decides
Yeah,
to do.
because with
Yeah, yeah.
Camp Bench,
Kingdom
it's
Touch
a very
mark,
good play on
Kingdom Touch work.
Calypso's part.
Wait, this is a very good play, yep. Yeah, Oko needs to warp to Camp Bench now, or to this room. Actually, alright, we have a race to
Yeah,
Lurker.
we have a race.
Oko
Let's
is
go.
on the game. Oko is on the game today. We have a race to Lurker. This will be decided by
Well,
if
both
they
of
do
them have,
checks
yeah,
and PL Lurker's mood.
and I think
Because PL Lurker is
both of them have sat in three hot springs so far.
yeah, they definitely did. With this seed pretty much led them to all of them. So yeah. Calypso just straight up skipping the checks, which
Yeah,
in a
which
situation
is
like this is not a bad choice, I would say.
yeah. There's a lot
Oko
of
is very
random things
close.
still on the board, but you have 2 goals in one place.
Yeah,
Might as well go
you
straight for them.
want. If you are on the lead, or if you are in the lead, you want the guaranteed goals as much as you
Yeah,
want, as much as you can. You don't want to
it's
offer,
so
offer up the
close.
opportunity to come. It's like, Pelorker is a
Very close.
guaranteed goal, and the other ones are not. Dashmaster is at Colo too, because White wouldn't be.
And Calypso getting the hot springs goal.
Yeah. And alright, Oko knows he's right here. He just needs to go into Lurker and hope for very good Lurker RNG.
Yeah.
We have a very good close race here. Oko even skipping the check, just head it straight up. Alright. Hallowness Seal.
Joker
Good.
might get this.
Beautiful. And with Shriek, what you want is Lurker to climb. And if Lurker decides to climb here, that's good for Oko. Because no sword. Okay, this is bad now. This is bad now for Oko. No soul and Lurker has run away.
Okay, so might get it.
It's gonna be very close. Oko's on 1 HP. And okay, and Lurker dies for Calypso.
And Calypso has it.
Yep, that's the 12 goal, and basically just go kill Fair Champ and it's done. Or just do Colo 2 for the Dashmaster.
Yeah.
Looks like that's what we're getting. I guess it's... No?
Or not?
Collector, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, I see, yeah. Collector is basically not slower than Failed Champs. I like this play. And Oko is understandably a bit frustrated and I still choosing the same goal as Calypso is doing, which is the good play, but I fear that he's gonna be late.
Yeah.
Because Lurker is a boss that has a lot of RNG built into it, Collector much less so. And with Shriek Shaman, Collector can be melted in seconds. But yeah, Oko is doing a really good job to try and come back from this claw disadvantage. Unfortunately for him, Calypso is doing it perfectly to do the goals as soon as or as quickly as they can. And yeah, true. Calypso didn't check Colo, so they couldn't have done Colo 2 for the Dashmaster. But like, yeah, just to top this seed off, the Dashmaster at Colo 2 is just something. Yeah, pretty unfortunate for Oko to get basically sniped out of Pale Lurker and Collector as well, this close, and Hot Springs. If Oko manages to snipe those 3 goals, we would be in a very different spot.
Yeah, for sure.
But Calypso did a beautiful play to
GG's.
just finish it. GG's. That's 13 for Calypso. It's over. Alright. This was beautiful. This is definitely the deserving start for a 7-year anniversary. Yeah, really well played for both runners, which must be said. Like, we already knew that both of these players are really good in Lockout and in Rando in general, but both of them played this extremely well. The fact that Oko has lost by 7 points doesn't reflect how close this seed actually was.
Yeah.
Yeah, if those 3 goals at the end are sniped the other way around, then we would
It
be
would have
here
been
for a
so
while.
significantly closer.
Yep. Are we going to get an interview or are we going straight to the next thing? I'm just asking.
No interview, second.
Alright. Alright, so in that case, I should probably talk about what's coming up next, even though, yeah. So now that this is done, and we had our fun time, we are going to have another rando. This time it's going to be a 2v2 format. An area blitz plando, which is basically a planned randomizer made by Kama and Purenail, where they place the items in certain locations to make a very content, fun, and interesting seed. It will be played by Insomnia and Team on one team and Quato and Vale on the other team. So definitely stay around. It's gonna start in a few minutes. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you everyone for watching the Lockout. If you excited in Rando, I can once again recommend the Small Homophily Organization website. You can find anything here, and if you want to play, just look around in the Discord. Yeah, once again, thank you for the runners. Thank you, Eggy, for commentating. And thank you everyone for making this possible. Stay around for the next race and for the next days for all of the content. Thank you everyone.
Thank you.